everybody, and welcome to another exciting installment of Wrestling Rampage. The two amigos are back in this bitch.
That's right, and Tommy, today we are going to be discussing the life and career of one of the unsung heroes, Crash Holly.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get started, Tommy. Born August 25th, 1971 in Anaheim, California as Michael Lockwood, he begins training and is trained by Jerry Monty and Rick Thompson.
Alright.
And also, later on, he actually does get a little bit more training from Michael Modest. If you guys don't know who Michael Modest is,
he's the one that did the Beyond the Mat that had the dark match with Tony Jones.
Yes.
And Jim Cornette said, "What a maneuver!"
What a maneuver! And
he's the one that carried bodies at the morgue there, and then he done used furniture.
Yes, he did.
And also, Michael Modest actually had a brief stint in WCW.
He did.
And he was private paying and
the dying times of WCW.
Yeah, and he was private paying on that goddamn horrible documentary.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling Exposed.
Yeah, you know, the lousy one.
Yes. Tommy, he makes his debut in 1989 as Johnny Pearson.
Yep. Now,
he would have some injuries along the way because, of course, you know, when you start out, you are green.
Yeah.
And he wrestled in the Bay Area until 1994, and he did a lot of indie shows and things of that nature. Until, Tommy, he began a gimmick, and this is where me and you have seen him before.
Yeah.
When he is the Irish Aaron O'Grady.
Yes.
And he did wrestle a few dark matches in ECW in 1997 as Aaron O'Grady.
Yes, he did.
Of course, they were just dark matches, things of that nature, through ECW pay-per-views or on Hardcore TV. And then, Tommy, in 1998, he gets a tryout for the WWF.
Yes, he does.
And his tryout match is against Vic Grimes.
Yes, Vic Grimes, who the one that got thrown off the goddamn scaffold by New Jack.
Yes.
And the one who was key in WWE with Albert and Droz.
We should also mention that they did have a little feud at the time going on as well.
Yeah.
And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you can find the Aaron O'Grady versus Vic Grimes match on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. So, after that tryout match, both of them get a contract for the WWF.
Yes.
Their tryout match. And this is where me and Tommy knew Aaron O'Grady better. He gets sent to developmental. Now,
yes.
At the time in 1998, the developmental territory was Power Pro Wrestling in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, it was. It was Lawler's promotion and Randy Hill's.
Yeah. Lawler and Randy Hills ran this promotion.
Until fucking Jerry Lawler took his bags and went to Memphis Championship Wrestling. That's the Outlaw Bud show.
It was.
Of Memphis.
It was.
It's the AFW of Memphis.
But this is where we got to see Aaron O'Grady.
Yes.
Because we'd watched Memphis TV, we watched a lot of different things, and we're just sitting there like, well, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
And he would eventually become Crash Holly.
Yes, he will.
In Power Pro Wrestling, he actually does win the Young Guns Championship, which is a trophy.
Yeah, it was a trophy.
It wasn't really like a title. And not only that, Tommy, but he is a one-time Power Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champion.
Yep.
With Vic Grimes.
Yeah, with Vic Grimes, yeah.
The person he had his tryout match with.
Yep.
Not a large extent as far as a tag team, but is what it is. And then after Power Pro Wrestling, Tommy, he gets sent down to Mexico to get the Lucha Libre style
Yes.
because they want him on WWF Super Astros.
Super Astros.
Now, do you know anything about Super Astros, Tommy?
Well, it was a short-lived, in my opinion, short-lived Spanish television show.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't understand what they were fucking saying. I remember Super Crazy was on that show.
Yes.
S.A. Rios, of course, he'll show up on the show. He was the king of metal, so he'll show up on Super Astros as well.
Yeah.
It would just show up the Spanish guys, and don't forget, what was the goddamn hairy fuck of fucking Los Belicuas?
Jose Rivera or wait, I'm trying to remember. Jesus.
I can't remember. It was some hairy fuck on Los Belicuas. He looked like an ape.
Fuck him.
Fuck, because Los Belicuas sucked in. But of course, Savio was on that. You know, the goddamn ones that were fucking part of that rendition.
Well, those renditions. He didn't wrestle very much on Super Astros.
No, he didn't.
He was known as the Green Ghost.
The Green Ghost.
The Green Ghost. But eventually, Tommy, he makes his debut for the WWF.
Yes.
And imagine this, Tommy, on Raw, he makes his debut as Crash Holly on August of 1999.
Yep.
And
I remember when he first debuted, he was wearing the Hardcore Holly tights.
he was wearing the Hardcore Holly tights, if you guys remember that.
It didn't say Crash Holly on it, it just said Hardcore Holly on them.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, did you just give him his tights? But, yeah, he did, he wore the Hardcore Holly tights, come out, claimed that he is Bob's cousin.
Yep.
And they start having a tag team as the Holly Cousins.
Yes, as the Holly Cousins.
And Tommy, not only that, but Crash ends up coming out with a scale.
Yep.
That allegedly he weighs over 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Do you think Crash weighed 400 pounds?
No, he didn't weigh 400 pounds. But the funny part is, it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's the thing. It was funny. It wasn't like it is nowadays where they do dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a little bit reasonable. Because Crash Holly had talent. There's a difference.
I agree.
If fucking, I remember he'd take all the big guys like Viscera and fucking Big Show and
because he said
Kane
that, because he allegedly thinks that he's a super heavyweight.
Yes.
So, nice little gimmick there. Tommy, the night after No Mercy 1999 on Raw.
Yes.
Raw is War. The Hollies actually defeat the Rock and Sock Connection for the WWF Tag Team titles.
That was their big highlight right there.
That
defeating
was
the Rock and Mankind for the WWF Tag Team Championship.
Because, you know, the Rock and Mankind in 1999 was at their pinnacle.
Yes.
As personalities and as a tag team.
Oh yeah.
And for the Hollies to beat the Rock and Sock Connection and become the WWF Tag Team Champions, fantastic for them.
Oh yeah.
Because I've always liked Bob Holly, and Crash. You know, I got to see him in Memphis and stuff, and finally got something where, once again, smaller guy, but
As I say, I liked Bob Holly and I liked Crash Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Because seeing him in Power Pros, Aaron O'Grady, I thought it was good.
Oh, no doubt. Of course, they do lose the tag team titles later on. But Tommy, in the early 2000, Crash joins the hardcore division,
Yes.
and this right here is when Crash Holly shines.
Yeah.
Like to the point that that he's one of the bigger stars on the damn roster.
Yeah.
When it comes to the hardcore division.
Yeah.
And Tommy, let's go ahead and just say this right here. Crash Holly ends up winning the WWF Hardcore Championship 22 times.
22 times, yes.
Uh,
He's second place of Raven. But here's
Yeah.
the thing. Does anyone remember Raven's run? No.
yeah, they were really short-lived.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can remember Crash Holly's run with the Hardcore Championship.
Where he would catch the phrase of the Houdini of hardcore.
That's right. And don't forget Elroy.
Elroy Jetson. Fantastic stuff. Tommy, the WWF Hardcore Championship would be defended 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep, Crash Holly made that.
He made
defend
that?
the Hardcore Championship 24/7.
24/7, anywhere, anytime,
Yeah.
any place.
Anywhere, anytime, any place.
And he does.
And he does. Like, I remember Mean Street Posse was trying to go after Crash. I remember they were at the Dingy Days Inn.
The laundry mat.
Yeah, Crash Holly's at the Days Inn, and he's in his fucking robe. And fucking they're fucking the Mean Street Posse come in as ushers or whatever, give him the goddamn breakfast. And fucking rammed the goddamn breakfast card at him and shit. And once tried to put him on the goddamn bed. And Crash Holly runs out of the goddamn motel room
With the Hardcore Championship.
with the Hardcore Championship, and then the goddamn laundry mat. When there goes goddamn cheer all over the goddamn place.
Once again, leaves with the Hardcore Championship. That's why he's known as the Houdini of hardcore.
And then he's at the Fun House, Fun Time USA, where he's playing fucking gays. You hear because the headbangers go, "Oh, Crash! You see this goddamn fucking." They hear what he talking about. They fucking mosh beats the fuck out of him, and then they go down the goddamn slide and fucking have fun with that. And then Crash leaves again.
Just some classic stuff.
See, that shit's memorable.
It is memorable. When he pays the APA to watch him while he sleeps.
Pays the APA to watch him for like 15 minutes so he can get some sleep. And here comes fucking Gerald Briscoe. He has the goddamn referee be quiet. He pins him 1, 2, 3. See Gerald Briscoe. All silent. Then he knocks over the goddamn table. And then Crash Holly goes, "What the fuck happened to my belt?"
Classic
see, that's
stuff.
the thing.
Yes.
The 24/7 championship is not rememberable, but this is.
Mm-hmm.
That 24/7 championship sucks. It's not going to be rememberable for years gone by. I'm telling you that right now.
I agree. But right there, we just said a bunch of memories and things of that nature through the.
I enjoyed Crash's hardcore champion. He made that hardcore title mean something.
He did. He made a division that was, let's just be honest, a joke.
Yeah,
it was. To something that you can watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
So, that's something to behold.
Yes,
no
it
doubt. Tommy, at Rebellion 2000, he actually beats William Regal for the WWF European Championship.
Yes.
Short-lived. He did lose it 2 days later.
Yep. Back to William Regal.
Back to William Regal. But hey, it's in the record books.
That he won the European Championship.
That he won the European Championship. By late 2000, Tommy, there's a new Holly that comes to the WWF. Molly Holly.
Yeah, Molly Holly comes in. She was from WCW as Mona.
Yes.
They brought her in.
Brought her in. She's another cousin of the Hollies. I love Molly Holly. I thought she was very talented.
Yeah, Molly Holly definitely talented.
She debuts, and then Tommy, they go into a feud with the Dudley Boys.
Yep, with the Dudley Boys.
Because
Spike likes Molly, Molly likes Spike, and fucking Dudley's go, "Why the fuck you hanging out with a Holly?" And then Dudley's, "Why you hanging out with a fucking Dudley?"
Yeah. The whole Romeo and Juliet feud. Interesting.
Yes.
Even to the point that I even remember, and this ain't about Crash, but I do remember where Stone Cold asked Spike to sign the fucking petition, and Spike ripped it up. He goes, "What are you doing over this bimbo?"
Yeah.
Classic stuff.
She's a gold digger. Look at her.
Yeah, look at her. She's a gold digger. Look at her. Memorable feud for that time period. And then, Tommy, we get to March of 2001, and on an episode of Heat, Crash defeats the lovable, the arousing, the cuttable, or whatever he's fucking called, the ladies' man, Dean Malenko.
Yes.
Horrible gimmick, by the way.
Yeah, horrible gimmick for Dean Malenko.
He does beat Dean Malenko to become a one-time WWF Light Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, and of course it's on Heat. No shock.
Yeah, it's on Heat. By 2001, Crash's career is on a downward slope. By the time he gets to 2002, it's on a really downward slope. But he does win the the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship.
Yep,
and
then
he actually does defeat a few people.
Yeah.
Until he loses it to
Jerry Lynn on Sunday Night Heat prior to Backlash.
Prior to Backlash, he does lose it to Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn, phenomenal talent.
Yep.
Maybe
underutilized.
Underutilized. Maybe we could do a deep dive on Jerry Lynn at some point. But he does lose the Light Heavyweight Championship to Jerry Lynn. In 2002, Tommy, we get the infamous draft.
Yep, the good old draft.
Between the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and
Vince McMahon. Vince owns SmackDown, Ric Flair owns Raw.
And, well, once again, that didn't last too long either.
No, it didn't.
Because by July, we actually have Eric Bischoff come into as Raw GM. But he gets drafted to Raw.
Yes, he does.
With very little success.
Yeah.
Most of the time he's losing. Even if he's in a match at all, at this point.
And usually on Heat. Then actually he started being an announcer on Heat.
He does. He announces a few times, which is pretty comical.
Yeah.
And then, well, he jumps to SmackDown on September of 2002, once again, with little success.
Yeah.
Now, the whole thing was Eric Bischoff said that he found out that a family member is going to jump to SmackDown to be with their other family member. Well, Eric thought it was
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I thought it was Jeff Hardy to go with Matt. Well, it turned out to be Crash going with Bob.
Yeah.
But when they went, they didn't really team up.
No, they didn't.
It didn't make no sense. But, once again, very little success at that as well.
Yep.
And, pretty much jobs out most of the time. Let's just be honest here. By April of 2003, Tommy, Crash becomes an MFer. And we're not talking about motherfucker either.
We're talking about a Manitou follower.
Version 3, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. He becomes a Manitou follower with fucking pajama pants Matt Hardy.
And Shannon Moore.
Yeah.
Called him a moron.
Yeah.
Because he's with Shannon, and I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense.
It didn't make a lot of fucking sense. No, it didn't.
And I like how they did it. The fucking like Matt Hardy's would go from 0 to 100%.
And fucking Shannon Moore was like 70%. 70%. Crash is like 10%.
30.
30.
30, and it dies. I was like, yeah. Pretty much what happens is most of the time he's just tagging with Shannon Moore.
Yeah.
And they're not really doing much.
Basically losing.
Basically losing
to other teams.
Which, I guess I can understand at this point, but it's just like, 2 years previously, Crash is probably one of the biggest highlights on the damn roster. But, Tommy, June of 2003, Michael Lockwood is released from his WWE contract.
Well, here's the thing. If I was Crash, I would be like, thank fucking God, because you weren't doing shit with me anyway.
Oh yeah.
Besides fucking jobbing me out to fucking people, making me team with fucking Shannon Moore on a losing team. To be honest.
Yeah.
You know, that's all they were, was a losing team.
Yeah, I mean, by the time 2002 rolled around and his run from 2002 to 2003, all he did was job.
That's all he did.
Very little success whatsoever. No titles, no, barely any wins that I remember.
Yeah.
So he gets released from his contract in June of 2003, and then the next month in July of 2003, he wrestles for NWA TNA on their weekly pay-per-views. Now you guys got to remember, in 2002 to 2000 and what was it, 2004 maybe,
Yeah.
Or 2005. TNA had weekly pay-per-views.
They weren't on television.
Yeah, that they weren't on television. You actually had to pay for them. I think they were only like $10 or whatever it was. So, I mean, it wasn't very expensive, but I mean, if you're doing it weekly, it's just like, that's fucking, that's like $40 a month, you know. So it's kind of like you're paying for, you're paying more for like TNA pay-per-views than you were some of the WWE pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Because some of the WWE pay-per-views were like $30-$35 once you got WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But from July 2003 to October 2003, he did wrestle in NWA TNA. He only wrestled on maybe, 9 to 10 shows, which is about how long this was, a little over 3 months. As Mad Mikey.
Yes.
They couldn't use Crash Holly, so couldn't use Aaron O'Grady either.
No, they couldn't.
So
they just called him Mad Mikey.
Called him Mad Mikey.
Just be in an upset mood.
Yeah, he would be just mad all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, is what it is, though.
Yeah.
And then, well, Tommy, tragically, on November 6th of 2003, Crash, or Michael Lockwood, was found by Steven Richards in Steven Richards' home, pretty much found with vomit on him and around his face. There were prescription drugs and alcohol found nearby. The drug that was ingested were somas, which a lot of performers used at that point. Even in the 90s, a lot of people took somas and stuff.
Yes.
Which is not that uncommon. But they were prescription, though, so I guess that's something. But he recently received divorce papers from his wife of 4 years. They got married in 1999, and by late 2003, she wanted a divorce, which I guess could contribute to his drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to lose somebody that you actually do care about. And, well, he does die, and the ruling is he choked on his vomit, and it's ruled as a suicide because of the prescription drugs and the alcohol. Yeah. And Tommy, he was only 32 years old.
Yeah, he wasn't barely that young. He was really young.
He was really young, very young.
He wasn't really that old. He was 32 years old.
32 years old. Very young to pass away. Once again, bad things happen. He did get released from. Let's just be honest. If you wanted to be in wrestling at some point, your goal is to be in the WWF. Yeah. Or a big company that's going to pay you a lot of money. And well, he gets released from his contract, does a few shots for some indies and TNA, and come to find out you're getting divorced and everything else. I guess things just pile on.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he does pass away. He is buried at the China what does it say? The China Grave in Rowan County, North Carolina. So if you guys ever want to go, or if you live nearby that, go ahead and check that out. And then, Tommy, we get ECW One Night Stand 2005, where Crash is honored in the deceased wrestler's video package.
Yes.
And pretty much that's it of Crash Holly. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about what is Crash Holly's legacy, do you think, in wrestling?
To me, you know, Crash Holly's legacy in wrestling. Come on, he made that hardcore division mean something.
Oh, no. Yes. No
you
doubt.
know, especially when that hardcore division was the shits. Mm-hmm. You know, there was no one memorable holding that hardcore championship. The only one people can remember is someone that made it mean something. That was Crash Holly.
Yeah, I mean, Raven did technically have more.
But come on, do you remember any of his reigns?
Yeah, I mean, do you really remember any of his reigns?
You remember Crash Holly on everything he did with the hardcore division. Mm-hmm. You know, it was memorable.
No doubt.
And to me, he deserves to get some recognition for that. Because he made that hardcore championship mean something.
Well, so not only that, but also in a land of big guys.
Yeah.
A small guy has his niche.
Yeah.
And that's what Crash Holly did. Very small guy.
I was going to say, he had a whole bunch of fucking TV time with that hardcore championship. Mm-hmm. Hell, he was more over than half the goddamn roster was. You know, he was up there with fucking like Austin and Rock. And, like, he had a lot of TV time.
Well, once again, not a superstar.
Not a superstar.
As TV time.
Yeah, not a superstar, but as TV time with that hardcore division. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of TV time and was up there with Austin and Rock with that television time.
Mm-hmm. And television time is very valuable.
Yeah, and he made it.
Not nowadays.
Not nowadays, but but he made that hardcore division mean something. Mm-hmm. And he was a really small guy, and he got over. But once after that hardcore division, they just fucking made him a jobber.
Yeah,
which he was better than that.
Now we should also mention that they did have a Michael Lockwood memorial tournament for Crash in 2005, and Tommy, the winner, was Michael Modest.
Yes,
the person who was in training with Crash.
Yes,
actually wins the tournament. So you know that's always a good thing to see.
Yes, it is.
Once again, I do believe the same thing as you. I think when it comes to Crash Holly's legacy in wrestling, it's going to be his run in the WWF. In the hardcore division.
Yeah.
Go watch any of the hardcore division with
Go
Crash.
check out, type in Crash Holly's hardcore title run. You'll see all the great stuff he did. Mm-hmm. And funny shit. Not like funny shit nowadays, where it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about funny shit that'll make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Not fucking make the business look phony.
Yeah.
Like you see nowadays.
Oh, terrible.
Just imagine 3 letters and you know which one to talk about.
Undersized, big heart, had the determination to get to that level. Not only that, but Tommy, success along the way. One-time Power Pro Young Guns champion, one-time Power Pro Tag Team champion, one-time WWF Tag Team champion.
One-time European champion and 22-time hardcore champion.
One-time light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, one-time light heavyweight champion. He won some titles.
He did win some titles along the way, and that's always good to see.
Yeah, that's always good. It don't matter how many titles you won. As long as you won some titles, you've done something.
But yeah, once again, I do believe that's going to be Crash Holly's legacy.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that?
No.
Guys, we hope that you guys enjoyed this life and career of Crash Holly. If you guys want us to do another life and career video of somebody, guys, hit somebody down in the comment section down below. Give us some ideas on who you'd like to see us do a life and career of.
Yes.
We'd love to do these. makes us learn more about the professional wrestlers, their accomplishments along the way as well, and try to, because a lot of younger fans probably don't know who Crash Holly is.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Trying to keep some of these wrestlers that have passed away in some type of light.
Yeah.
So, hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it all over social media. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestlingRampage2. Follow us on Twitter @WrestleRampage. You can follow me and Tommy on Instagram. The links are right here. You guys can see them. And make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button for more great videos coming to you guys, because we are that cream that rises to the top.
Cream of the crop, and nobody does it better.